أعوذ بالله خدا حافظ شما. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين وصلى الله على سيدنا ونبينا أبي القاسم المصطفى محمد وعلى أهل بيته الأطيبين الأنجبين بهم نتولى ومن أعدائهم نتبرأ إلى الله. اللهم كن لوليك الحجة ابن الحسن صلواتك عليه وعلى آبائه في هذه الساعة وفي كل ساعة وليا وحافظا وقائدا وناصرا ودليلا وعينا حتى تسكنه أرضك طوعا وتمتعه فيها طويلا. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. Dua that we have for today says اللهم ارزقني فيه الذهن والتنبيه وباعدني فيه من السفاهة والتمويه. That is, Allah, in this month grant me the wisdom and the awareness, and keep me away from foolishness and mistakes. وَاجْعَلْ لِي نَصِيبًا مِنْ كُلِّ خَيْرٍ تُنْزِلُ فِيهِ, and grant me a share in every blessing that you bestow. بِجُودِكَ يَا أَجْوَدَ الْأَجْوَدِينَ, by your generosity, O the most generous. Now it's a beautiful small dua. We ask so many things from Allah, that to keep away from foolishness and from making mistakes. And then we ask Him that He bestows upon us a lot and with all His generosity. And when we want to ask something from Allah, also we ask such that whatever is in His treasures be given to us. And the best way is what we see in that one ayah of Quran, which says رَبَّنَا آتِنَا فِي الدُّنْيَا حَسَنَةً وَفِي الْآخِرَةِ حَسَنَةً. That is, Allah, give me hasana, the good in this dunya, and give me hasana, the good in the akhirah. Now one of the other interpretations we have here, Imam Khomeini, he says that hasana, the good, that is what we ask Allah, is Fatima in this dunya, وَفِي الْآخِرَةِ حَسَنَةً, and hasana, that is Fatima in the hereafter. When you put these different du'as and ayat and their meanings and their understanding together, we come and we understand this saying of Imam as-Sadiq alayhi salatu wasalam, where he says that Man adraka Fatima faqad adraka laylat al-qadr, whosoever has perceived Fatima has indeed understood and perceived Laylatul Qadr. Today inshallah we'll talk a little bit about Surat Ikhlas, which is surah number 112 of the Holy Quran, which reads Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد. Say, He, Allah, is one, Allah the Eternal. He begets not, nor is He begotten, and there is none like unto Him. Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala. Now the first ayah said, قُلْ هُوَ اللَّهُ أَحَدٌ. Say, He, Allah, is one. Why say He, Allah, is one? Now it's because it's all these people who came to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and there were all these repeated questions from different groups, from different people, from different tribes, and all of them asked the same question, saying that asking the attributes and the identity of Allah, of the glorious God. And in reply, Allah says to the Prophet, قُل, say, Allah, قُل هُوَ اللَّهُ أَحَدٌ. He indeed is one. Now, the other question that rises over here is that they say, why does He say قُلْ هُوَ? Huwa in Arabic means He, and that is for a third person that you use. Now, the reason for that is because all these pagans, at that time, the faithless, the atheists who were living, they said to the Prophet that we can, the idol worshippers, they said that we can point at our own gods and we can say, this is our God, that is our God. And all those idols that they had installed around the Kaaba, they said we can point and we want to see someone who we can point at. But now He comes up with an ayah and says, قُلْ هُوَ, That is, indeed, He, Allah, is one. And then further elaborates and says that Allahus Samad, He is the Eternal. Now, when you see the ayat of Quran, one of the ayat in Surah Fussilat, ayah number 41, and also the Surah number 41, ayah number 53, there says, سَنُرِيهِمْ آيَاتِنَا فِي الْآفَاقِ وَفِي أَنفُسِهِمْ حَتَّى يَتَبَيَّنَ لَهُمْ أَنَّهُ الْحَقُّ أَوَلَمْ يَكْفِ بِرَبِّكَ أَنَّهُ عَلَى كُلِّ شَيْءٍ شَهِيدٌ. Soon will we show them our signs. Allah says, we will show them our signs where? In the farmost regions of the earth, and in their own souls, until it becomes manifest to them that this is the truth, that Allahu Ahad, Qul Huwa Allahu Ahad. And everyone will come to that point that they will admit that He is the only one. Now, in one of the other riwayat that we have, in the Battle of Badr, and in the morning when the Muslims were to go and fight, there Amirul Mu'mineen says that I saw Prophet Khizr alayhi salam. Prophet Khizr is the prophet who is still living and among the longest living prophets of Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala, and his age today is 6,500 years, and he is among the associates, among the companions, or among the immediate personalities who takes orders from Imam al-Asr alayhi salatu wassalam. Amir al-Mu'mineen says that on the night in the morning of which we were to fight in the Battle of Badr, I met Prophet Khizr, and there I asked him to teach me something that would help me defeat the enemies. Now, if you see this Dua Kumail also that we have, Dua Kumail is the Dua of Hazrat Khizr that Amirul Mu'mineen recites, and Kumail reports it from Amirul Mu'mineen. In reality, that is the Dua of Prophet Khizr alayhi salam. Prophet Khizr says, okay, you can use this recital and inshallah you will win over the enemies and you will defeat them. Says, what is that? Says, keep repeating, Ya huwa, Ya man la huwa illahu, Ya huwa, Ya man la huwa illahu. Ya huwa means, oh he, Ya man la huwa illahu. There is no one but he. And it's exactly the same thing that we see, Qul huwa Allahu Ahad. Now in the morning, Prophet Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salam comes and reports this dream to Prophet Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, and he says that this is what I saw Prophet Khizr teach me, tell me, inform me to win in the Battle of Badr. Keep reciting this dhikr. Now here he says that Rasulullah in reply says that this is the greatest name of Allah, and it is the sutoon or the column, the pillar of Tawheed and monotheism. Ammar Yasir, the companion of Rasulullah, he was in the Battle of Badr. He says that I saw Amirul Mu'mineen throughout this combat, this battle. He was repeating something, and I asked him, what is that? And I saw the same seerah of Amir al-Mu'mineen, that in the Battle of Siffin, he kept repeating the same recital. And there he says, this is what I have been repeating, as a result of which we gained that victory also. And that is Ya Huwa, Ya Man La Huwa Illahu. And it is the greatest name of Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala, and it is the sutoon, the column, the pillar of Tawheed. Now that is regarding Qul Huwallahu Ahad, Allahu Samad. Now Imam Baqir alayhi salatu wasalam, he says regarding Ahad and Wahid that both have one concept, which is one and with nothing comparable or similar to it, and Tawheed is the confession to His oneness. And in Quran, Wahid and Ahad both refer to Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala, and both of them in English it would be one. But if you want to know the exact meaning of Wahid and Ahad, it means one, meaning unique, with nothing in it. For example, you would say a cup of tea. Now, a cup of tea is one cup of tea, and in that one, you've got sugar, you've got milk, you've got water, and if it's a Kashmiri tea, you've got so many other things in it, but still you would call it one cup of tea. Here, ahad means unique, that every one component of that tea, that sugar on its own, water on its own, tea on its own, and all the other additives on its own, they are called ahad. And when you say قُلْ هُوَ اللَّهُ أَحَدٌ, Allah, He is one, unique, not a compound made with anyone or with anyone. No, He is ahad, all alone. قُلْ هُوَ اللَّهُ أَحَدٌ. And then says Allahu Samad. Allahu Samad means Allah the Eternal. Now in Samad, you've got the meaning of eternity, eternity towards the future, and eternity towards the past. That is, He has always been, and He will always remain. So you've got the past and the future, both of them embedded in this Samad. So when you say, for example, when you say you've got the two meanings over there, from ever and forever. From ever, it's eternity in the past. Forever is eternity in the future, towards the future, with no end in the future. Now when you say Allahu Samad, Allah, who is eternal, who has always been, and who will always be. So both the meanings are there, hidden in this Samad, that Allahu Samad. In another beautiful hadith we have from Imam Hussein, Abu Abdullah al-Hussein alayhi salam. Now this is again a very Mazloom interpretation. You could say that from Abu Abdullah al-Hussein we don't have that many ahadith. The total number of ahadith that we have from Sayyid al-Shuhada are not more than 200 ahadith, especially in those 10 years when 10 years after Imam Mujtaba alayhi salam, where he had no presentation whatsoever, he could have no public presentation. There, if you calculate in those 10 days, every year he spoke only 10 statements or 20 statements, and not more than that was he permitted and allowed. That was the Mazlumiyat of Sayyid al-Shuhada. Now in this quote that we have from Abu Abdullah al-Hussein alayhi salam, he says Samad is a Lord whose lordship has attained its utmost point of degree. That is Samad. Further he says that Samad is the existence that has not a hollow inside. Samad is the one who takes no nourishment, food or drink. Samad is one who does not sleep. So when we see Allahu Samad, Allah the Eternal, and in another hadith here from Imam Zainul Abidin alayhi salatu wasalam, he says Samad is one who has no partner, someone, and it is not difficult for him to protect things, and nothing is hidden from him. So he is someone who doesn't have a partner. Doesn't have a partner means that he doesn't depend on anyone. And if you see the following ayah says Allahu Samad lam yalid wa lam yulad, that is, he does not beget, nor is he begotten, that is, he has no offspring himself, nor is he a child of anyone. So that is God. When you say Allahu Samad, he doesn't depend on anyone, on anything, on any mass, on any space, he doesn't have any weight, he doesn't have an existence where you can point at him like those Arabs of the Jahiliyyah, the pagans. They used to come and say that we want to see a God who we can point at. And then you have shown us and described us a God where you say that قُلْ هُوَ اللَّهُ أَحَدٌ, that He is one, He is the only one. He begets not, nor is He begotten. Lam yalid wa lam yulad. Now the Christians, they said Jesus is the Son of God. Jews, they said Uzair is the Son of God. We've got another ayah in Quran where the Arabs, the pagans, they used to say that the angels are the daughters of God. And then that's another false statement that they ascribed to God. So they said angels are the daughters of God. They said Uzair is the Son of God. They said Jews, the Christians said Jesus is the Son of God. So here says Allahu Samad lam yalid wa lam yulad, that is, he begets not, nor is he begotten. No one is his child, nor is he a child of someone, in easy language. So this is lam yalid wa lam yulad wa lam yakun lahu kufuwan ahad. That is, he is the only one, the only unique, and he doesn't have anyone who he depends upon. In a hadith from Amir al-Mu'mineen Ali alayhi salatu wassalam, Imam defines this lam yakun lahu kufuwan ahad, says that alladhi la yahulu wa la yazul wa la yajuzu alayhi al-uful lam yalid fayakunu mawluda, says no change can take place in him, nothing lessens from his existence, nothing diminishes from him, nothing dwindles, nothing decays, nothing, that he is that Almighty whose glory is always there, and he does not beget anyone, nor is he begotten from anyone, and he has no peer, no equal. He can destroy things created by himself in such a way that he will cease, that will cease to exist and disappear into non-existence and nothing. So it is that mighty God, La yughayyiruhu as-siyah wala dhalam. So Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala, He is that mighty Lord who is one, who brought everything into existence, who will take everything away from existence. Everything will cease to exist, all by His intention. And He is that mighty, when you say Allahu Samad, that His treasures also, they are eternal. If He was to give everyone that He has created, everything which every individual asked for, if all of that was given to every one person, He says, nothing will lessen from my kingdom, a kingdom that I have brought into existence, a kingdom that I sustain, a kingdom that I maintain. Nothing lessens from my kingdom if everyone also asked for everything what everyone asked, and I was to give everyone everything what everyone asked. Says that is that magnificent Lord, lam yalid wa lam yulad wa lam yakun lahu kufuwan ahad. Now, with reference to this whole lesson of Tawheed that we get in this Surat Ikhlas, Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salam, in a very small and a beautiful hadith, says, Awwaluddin ma'rifatuhu. That is, if you want to know the first step of your religion, is that ma'rifatuhu, you know Him, you understand Him. Wa kamalu ma'rifatihi at-tasdeeq bih. And then, if you want to realize Him, and that perfect realizing of Him, at-tasdeeq bih, that is, you admit, and that is, you certify that what you have believed in, at-tasdeeq bih. Wa kamalu at-tasdeeq bihi tawheeduhu. And if you want to perfectly understand and then certify His existence, says that perfect tasdeeq and certification of yours is tawheeduhu, is the oneness of His. وَكَمَالُ تَوْحِيدِهِ الْإِخْلَاصُ لَهُ. And that perfect tawheed of His, al-ikhlasu lah, that you bear witness that He is the only one, He is that only wahid. وَكَمَالُ الْإِخْلَاصِ لَهُ نَفْيُ الصِّفَاتِ عَنْهَا. It's a beautiful hadith that Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala has been described and defined by Amir al-Mu'mineen Ali alayhi salatu wassalam. So once again, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, Qul huwa Allahu ahad, and that is, say that Allah, He is one, Allahu Samad, Allah is eternal, Lam yalid wa lam yulad, He begets not, nor is He begotten, وَلَمْ يَكُنْ لَهُ كُفُوًا أَحَدٌ, and there is none like unto Him. وَسُبْحَانَ رَبِّكَ رَبِّ الْعِزَّةِ عَمَّا يَصِفُونَ وَسَلَامٌ عَلَى الْمُرْسَلِينَ وَالْحَمْدُ لِلَّهِ رَبِّ الْعَالَمِينَ.